The Joe Rogan Experience.
Why China?
Because they have this incredibly large population, 2 billion. They've got this food supply that is largely wildlife that comes into these markets where there's this incredible contact between people and these animals. And the crowded nature of that society. I mean, I think one of the things that surprises people when they go to China, 15 million population cities are common over there. I mean, we think of the United States, we think of L.A. and New York, and that's big, okay? Over there, I mean, in Wuhan, a city of 15 million, the entire metropolitan area is 60 million. And so you have people crowded so closely together that if you add in the bugs coming from these animals and then the potential for this kind of contact where it spreads quickly, China has been a bacterial and viral soup vessel for a long time. That's, again, why we have to protect ourselves here, because a bug anywhere in the world today can be a bug everywhere tomorrow. Everywhere.
Right. And particularly when you're dealing with a massive number like these kind of cities. Yeah. So these they call them wet markets?
Yep,
is that what they
wet
call
markets,
them?
yep.
So that's what it is. A lot of it is wildlife?
Oh, it's incredible. You know, I've hunted my life. You know, I love to fly fish. I love the outdoors, okay? I could never have imagined the animals. You know, I've spent time in these markets. I remember one day spending a day in the Bangkok, Thailand market, and it was about a mile by a mile and a half wild big. I mean, in these tight aisles. Every animal imaginable to humans, and I swear to God there were some out of the movies, I think, that were in there. And they're all just right on top of each other. And I actually have a picture that I show in some of my lectures. There was a situation where there was all these chickens in a cage, I don't know, 15 or 20 of them, okay, in a big wire cage, and it sat on top of a wire cage full of ferrets. And ferrets are actually an animal model from flu standpoint that they do really well in getting infected with flu viruses. If you wanted to create the perfect experiment that no university, research group would let you do, is you'd put birds and ferrets like that together. And that's Jesus. Just common. That's just common. That's common.
And so birds and ferrets together, it's something that's infecting the birds could jump to the ferrets or vice versa.
Ferrets could breathe it out and we could get infected.
Oh, Christ.
And so these markets, I don't know what's going to happen here, but for the first time, we really saw the Chinese, after this outbreak in Wuhan, really start to put down some markers on what they're going to do to supervise these markets. I mean, they still have to eat, but I think this is a dangerous practice where we see it. But, it happens. Look at Africa with Ebola.
Right.
Bushmeat is still very important, and there's so much of the world that's their primary food supply.
And when they say bushmeat, it's basically everything.
Everything from bats. We think bat was the primary source of this outbreak in West Africa, was a human bat that was consumed. They eat them all the time.
Do they really?
Yeah, yeah. So, and some of them are pretty big bats. They're literally 3 feet wingspans. They're big. And so, that's one of the challenges we have with China. We know that this is going to happen. It's going to occur. We think of the flu viruses the same way. And that's why we need doing better flu vaccines. This could just as easily be a flu pandemic, the same thing, like 1918.
So these wet markets, they just have all these animals hanging out, and some of them are still alive? Is that what it is?
Many of them are alive. And then they'll actually prepare them for you right there. They basically kill them and gut them and so forth. You got some pictures up there.
Bizarre Wuhan wet market menu shows over 100 wild animals sold as food. Link with virus unclear.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like in here. I'll show you the list so you can read it.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Let's see some images. Whoa, look at that rip. Look at that list.
I know.
Peacocks.
Yeah.
People are eating peacocks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Deer, crocodiles, turkeys, swans. Eating swans. How dare you? Kangaroos, squirrels, snails, foxes. Foxes.
And civet cats were the cause of the SARS outbreak.
Yeah. Ostriches. I've had that. Pretty delicious.
Yep.
I'm a hypocrite. Look at me eating ostriches. Centipedes, geese, hedgehogs, goats. Jesus.
So, it's a challenge.
That's a pheasant, right? That's normal.
Yeah, it's just a picture of it.
So, do we have a video of the market? I want to see what... Whoa, look at that freaky-looking salamander. Look at the size of that sucker.
Big. Yep.
That's a huge salamander.
I went lights for you first. The pictures I was finding dark.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on. What do you got?
Cages of turtles and cages of bunnies.
Let's
and
see it.
else.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
All right. Bam.
wow, this wet market is very, very strange. So, and these are enormous markets, right?
Oh, they're huge. They're huge, and the number of people in them is incredible. I mean,
and
there
where
are
are
many.
they getting the animals from? They're getting them from the wild?
From rural areas, yeah.
And are they growing these things and farming them, or are they
Some
just
cases
catching
both.
them?
Some cases both. Like a lot of the seafood today is actually being farmed.
So this is really like a giant petri dish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost, wow.
Fish.
You're looking, that fish looks not
Yep.
that fresh. Whoa, what's all that stuff? Rabbits and
Rabbits.
I couldn't tell you what all that.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
But you're getting
They're
an
just
idea
laying
of-
them on the ground.
Of why, if we can't stop that, we surely can try. But if we can't stop that, we need to stop the infectious diseases coming from those animals to us.
Look at them all wearing masks. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That was, I think, with the outbreak. Was that might have been
Yeah,
since the
a lot
Are
outbreak.
those
Pictures are-
gigantic things a mollusk? What is that? What are those things?
Can't tell.
Those look like giant
they
mollusks.
also like flat.
Yeah,
turtle
they are,
shells or
right?
something.
Because
I
look,
can't tell the difference.
no,
Yeah,
because
maybe.
look at the
Yeah,
ones
you're right.
behind. They look
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right.
they look like huge muscles.
Yep.
Wow, look at those suckers behind them. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of people in China. They got to eat. That's where it gets weird, right? It's
Yep.
just like, how do you tell them that they've been doing this for who knows how long? How do you tell them to stop doing it? Or is that impossible? And is it more possible to just accelerate our vaccine program and try to preemptively create something to address coronaviruses,
Yeah.
to address various different